So, Sean Eric, you are just doing a pretty straightforward depiction of Buffalo and trying to explore the aesthetic beauty of the area. So, when you are doing something like that, it's really important that you try and find unique and different perspectives. In other words, you don't want to be copying all of the photographs that people have taken before that we typically see on postcards and calendars and posters. So with that being said, I think that one of the things you're going to find is that if you go to a spot that is intended to be sort of a photo lookout, you're going to find that oftentimes the images you get, especially skyline images, are going to be fairly common images. So in this instance, the tower that is at the Erie Basin Marina, you've taken this photograph from. And I really love the beautiful orange sky that you've got going, and especially this wonderful car coming in the bottom of the frame with its headlights on. The challenging part about the photo is it is kind of a common point of view, and I'd love to see it be also a little bit sharper. The image itself kind of has a very soft quality to it. The details aren't very sharp, and I think if you're going to take this type of photograph, it just has to really stand out in an extraordinary manner from all the other images that have been taken from the same vantage point. So moving forward, you really gotta look out for that. I think in this instance we have just a little bit different perspective of the Peace Bridge, and especially sort of this dusk period of time. Your image is a little bit sharper. The twinkling of all these lights almost kind of reminds me of fireflies in the sky. So from that perspective, it works pretty well. I would love to see something in the foreground here that would kind of help fill this negative space. I kind of think this area is rather uninteresting. You've got some neat stuff going on up here with the bridge and the lights and the sky. You know, perhaps even we just simply crop this frame a little bit tighter and get rid of some of this water down at the bottom here. I like this image a lot. I think out of the first group here, this was your strongest image. Your eye definitely goes right to this seagull in the foreground. There is kind of like this little interplay between the two seagulls, and even sort of more of a bigger story, this interplay between the waterfowl on the waterfront and all the buildings that are down there too. So it almost kind of looks like this seagull is kind of king of the castle there, and you know, from that perspective, I think it's a pretty interesting shot, and it works for me. This also, I think, is a step in the right direction. Kind of, pardon the pun here, on the footpath. You're getting down a little bit lower. You're using some lines to lead the viewer through the frame. The lighting is really beautiful. I love the shadows that are being formed from the low sun on the right side of the frame. All in all, this is a really strong image. So I think maybe this might have even been a good image to lead your project off with. And then kind of a little different take on a similar type of subject. Again, I love this big hulking curve that's kind of placed off to the right of the frame. I think it works nicely. I love that little burst of red. I don't know if that's a fisherman or somebody walking down the walkway there, but I think it works really neat. And I kind of like the way that the shadows line up with the way the cement is, the sort of the little gaps in the texture of the cement. It almost gives the optical illusion like this is a stairway rather than a walkway. So from that perspective, I like it a lot. So we'll get to the next group in the next video.